Friends, this is a story about a man who had only his brain, heart, and lungs left in his body. The rest of his body was replaced with robotic parts. The story begins in 2050, where the CEO of a company named Biolab is showcasing their advanced experiments. Biolab had developed robots equipped with advanced technology capable of eradicating crime from the city completely. The CEO wanted to sell all the robots to the government, so he sent a few robots into the city to demonstrate their performance. These robots had the ability to detect any threat in advance and could easily identify individuals with criminal records. The robots scanned everyone in the city, but suddenly, some people who opposed the robots' technology appeared. They began attacking the robots with their weapons, leading to widespread chaos and violence. In response, the robots started attacking the people who were causing the unrest, resulting in the death of many innocent residents. When the government officials learned of this, they realized that the robots from Biolab could be dangerous, as many civilians had been killed during the riots. Consequently, the contract for Biolab's robots was terminated. However, the CEO of Biolab was not going to sit idly by. He continued to advance the technology of his robots. We are then introduced to a police officer named Murphy, who was living a good life with his beautiful wife and son. But one night, as Murphy was returning home, he found his car completely destroyed in an explosion. The blast had left Murphy's body paralyzed, and if not treated soon, his life was at risk. The CEO of Biolab learned about Murphy's situation and began to take an interest in it. The CEO discussed with his team that they should include Murphy in their experiments because their company was working on creating a humanoid robot. And according to their calculations, Murphy was a perfect match for them, meaning they planned to insert robotic machines into Murphy's body. This was the only way to save Murphy's life. After obtaining permission from Murphy's wife, the CEO of Biolab started the experiment on Murphy. After several months of intense work by the scientists, the experiment on Murphy was successful. When Murphy regained consciousness, he was completely shocked to find that his entire body had been replaced with robotic machines. The scientists explained to Murphy that this was the only way to save him, showing him how his body had been destroyed in the explosion. Since only Murphy's brain, heart, and lungs had survived, the robotic technology was integrated into his body, bringing him back to life with enhanced capabilities. Murphy gradually understood all of this and began learning to control his entire body while remaining in the facility. He underwent extensive training to master control over his body and its powers. After several months of hard work, Murphy became so proficient that he could perform various tasks, from operating firearms to combat fighting. He even defeated several robots that were sent to fight him. After proving his abilities, Murphy visited his wife and son. Although his body had completely changed, his emotional attachment to his family remained intact. Biolab's management then decided to showcase Murphy to the public. To prepare for this, they brought Murphy back to their facility and inserted records of all criminal activities in the city into his mind, including footage of the bomb that had destroyed his car. To prevent Murphy from discovering this, the scientists erased all of Murphy's memories and emotions related to his past, meaning he no longer had any feelings for his loved ones. When Murphy was being introduced to the public, he didn't even look at his wife and son. Murphy began scanning everyone in the media crowd and discovered that there was a criminal among them who was still at large. Without hesitation, Murphy went into the crowd and killed the criminal. It was later revealed that the man was indeed a criminal, and from that moment on, people began to see Murphy as their new savior. They affectionately named him Robocop, and Murphy continued to patrol the city, eliminating criminals. In a short time, Murphy had eradicated a significant number of criminals, and the city was now completely safe. This allowed the CEO of Biolab to sell their technology to the government and plan to expand their branches worldwide. One day, while on duty, Murphy's wife approached him. She was deeply saddened because Murphy's entire behavior had changed. Although Murphy had no emotions, he left without saying anything. However, a small part of Murphy's system still retained some memory of his family, as his wife and son repeatedly appeared in his thoughts. During this time, Murphy's operating system retrieved footage from the blast that had destroyed his car. Murphy realized that someone had placed a time bomb in his car. His cognitive abilities were restored, and he immediately began tracking down the individuals responsible for planting the bomb. Murphy discovered that a major gangster in the city was behind the attack. He set out to find and confront the gangster. The gangster and his associates knew Robocop was coming for them, so they had hidden in a hideout with the lights turned off. However, they did not realize that Murphy's system allowed him to see even in the dark. Murphy arrived at the hideout and eliminated everyone inside. No one could withstand Murphy's assault, and he managed to extract all the information about who was involved in the bombing. Earth discovered that some people working in the department were also involved in the conspiracy. Therefore, without wasting any time, Murphy went after them. He directly entered the headquarters and began threatening the officers. Only then did the officer reveal that the CEO of Biolab was behind everything, as the CEO had instructed them to carry out these actions. Seeing Murphy's behavior, they decided to take his entire system offline, causing Murphy to lose consciousness. The Biolab company's managers announced to the public that Robocop's system had encountered a malfunction, which was why they had to take Robocop offline temporarily. Murphy had quickly built a positive image among the people, and they began demanding his return. However, only the company knew that if Murphy were revived, he would directly go after the CEO. Therefore, the managers decided to dismantle Murphy's entire body and eliminate him permanently. A scientist who had created Murphy overheard these plans. He didn't want Murphy to be destroyed, so he secretly went to Murphy and reactivated his system, bringing Murphy back to life. Upon regaining consciousness, Murphy was filled with a desire to eliminate the CEO. He immediately set out for the CEO's building. Although the CEO had been informed of Murphy's return and had deployed numerous robots around the building for protection, this did not stop Murphy. He fought his way through the robots, as Murphy had learned techniques to handle them long ago. Meanwhile, the CEO tried to escape using a helicopter. Despite this, Murphy bravely continued to eliminate the robots and reached the CEO. However, the CEO had not revealed that he still had control over Murphy's system, which allowed him to sabotage Murphy's internal systems. But now, Murphy's emotions and thinking powers had significantly increased, and he was able to fully control his mind even in moments of intense fear. This meant that the young Murphy had complete control over his actions and did not let any emotion sway him. Consequently, Murphy swiftly and decisively eliminated the CEO without hesitation. Murphy gained this power because the CEO had kidnapped his wife and daughter. Now, Murphy had the chance to live his life with his family and had also joined the military forces to assist the government. Thus, our ordinary officer Murphy had transformed into a superhero. And this is where our story ends.